Okay, looks like we are live. So welcome to the 41st, 42nd weekly guitar collection live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun here today. We've got some great guitars. I see some people already joining. So welcome. Please let me know if the stream is looking good today. I changed some settings on my camera and I'm getting notifications about skipped frames. So hopefully it's looking good. I'll look forward to hearing from you here. But those of you that are watching this afterwards, please check out the timestamps. You can skip around this video to jump to wherever I start presenting guitars. But otherwise, if you are enjoying the chatter at the beginning here while other people join, then welcome and good to see you whenever you're watching this video. I see some people joining in now. Great. Hello. Nejmasid Lou. I'm going to call you Lou. That is a difficult first name there. I am having a nice cup of coffee here. Ethiopian. As always, if you're tuning in, please let me know where you're tuning in from. I see Dennis here from Canada. Good to see you. Welcome. And if I'm scatterbrained at all today, it's because I was just filming for like 9, maybe close to 10 hours yesterday. So it's been super busy in an unbelievable way. But I am looking forward to this stream to present some awesome guitars today. So let me know if I'm lagging around the screen or anything. I think it's a little tricky sometimes with the camera settings. And then the settings inside of Streamlabs, which is what I'm using to stream. But, from Taiwan, awesome. Welcome. It must be 11 at night there or something like that, 11 or 12. Well, I thought I might as well go ahead and start here. It's about to be 11:05, and I will show you, just give you a quick preview of each of the guitars I'm going to be going through today. In fact, I'll go in order, because in the stream here, title, I said Kim Lissarrague first, which is over here. This is the first guitar that I'll be presenting today by Kim Lissarrague. You'll see it's a cedar top, and then look at this amazing zero coat back and sides. It looks like a spaceship, no? It's awesome. It's a really cool piece of wood. And I love that on the sides here, you get this also piece of sap that is symmetrical. It's matched on both sides there. What a powerhouse this guitar is. How about that? Wow. Anyways, well, wow, we'll get into this later. And the next guitar, the second guitar I'll be sharing with you here today is by Marin Montero. This is a very famous Granada-based luthier. Now retired, actually. Just very recently retired. Incredible guitar. Well, I got to turn my notifications off here. An absolutely incredible guitar. And with such a Spanish flavor, my gosh. And I'm abusing it a little bit, right? Am I playing really loud? Sorry, that probably peaked. You know what I love about these guitars is you can always find that character, that Marin Montero character, that then you hear present in all of the Granada-based luthiers today. course, Antonio Marin Montero being like the godfather of that whole Granada school. I have to tune a little bit. But this one is from the year 2005. And it has a spruce top, obviously. You'll not find too many Marin Monteros with a cedar top. Although recently I did make a video on a Miguel Rodriguez model that had a cedar top. So this is from the year 2005. It's his Boucher model, which most of them are. For those of you that don't know, Antonio Marin Montero actually built guitars with Robert Boucher. They were friends over the summers. They would get together and share what they knew. It was super cool. So spruce top, Brazilian rosewood back and sides. Really beautiful set of it too. Dark and old. Standard kind of run-of-the-mill Goto tuners here. And just excellent condition. I mean, when I look closely, I cannot find any significant marks in this. I mean, there's maybe right here, there's a little nail mark, and there's little spots where like the strings brushed against the wood here underneath the bridge, but no string dings. It's really, really nice condition for 20 years old now. Yeah, a little bit wild and energetic. That's a good way to describe it. I like that. You know what? That's more of what it inspires in me to be rather than what the actual guitar is. Like, watch, I'll play a subdued side. I really like this fourth string. Yeah, this is really... pretty darn cool. Wow, that G was sharp. I've only tuned this guitar once before I got it in, after I get it in. And what I'm noticing is actually the frets are really nice and high on this guitar, which, you know, I don't think Antonio Marin typically does. So this is so nice. I saw Brent's comment here. Hi, I'm Brent from Southern California. Welcome, Brent. The room looks dark. Oh, oops. But the sound is fine. I'm constantly amazed by the fact that you don't warm up and you're constantly changing between guitars. Oh, thank you, Brent. Well, first off, we got to fix the lighting. I changed everything around yesterday, so it's a mess. But, well, no, today I did play some guitar before. Maybe you caught me in a stream before where I said I don't warm up before these. That is... that was true for a long time, but I've been waking up earlier and having more time to set up. It actually takes me, I don't know, I want to say like 2 hours to set up for these streams because I get the guitars out, I make sure that the strings are acceptable, I play them a little bit, then I have to clean up the room, set up the stream, make a social media post about it. I mean, it takes actually quite a long time. Yeah, so I've been waking up earlier and I've had some time to play guitar already today. But let's keep on writing under the assumption that I don't warm up because it makes me feel less pressure. This is one of the better Antonio Marin Montero guitars I've played, and I've played a lot. I mean, I'm trying to notice if I see anything different going on here. It's got these interesting side braces like Dominique Field does, but not a lot, just some along the side, which I don't know if I've seen in all the Monteros. Anyways, it's very rich sounding, very, very open. I just love how it encourages you to push. pitch. Yeah, listen. The sustain on some of these notes is just insane. I mean, both this C sharp on the 4th string and this high E. E flat, C sharp, B. Wow, listen. These are some of the harder notes. C sharp, E flat. Wow, these are some of the harder notes to get sustaining really well. And this E flat is the same sustain as the E. A very, very even sounding Marin Montero. Okay, I would say the most even Marin Montero I've ever played. No vibrato. Finally a short note, right? Oh my gosh, not till you get to there though, that's ridiculous. A sharp. Finally a bad note on this guitar. My gosh, this is really a miracle. I mean, to not have one that's even a little bit less, I mean, keep in mind guys, I'm not doing this. If you see someone doing a sustain test like this, they're out to trick you. Because that's letting everything ring, but I mean, sometimes it's nice to factor that in too. But it's so even. Wrong key. Wow. Okay, wow. Well, that's enough. I've played a lot already on this Marin Montero. 2005, I'm not even going in the correct order here, but it's a very nice guitar in really remarkable condition. Again, he is now retired, so getting his guitars is a little bit more difficult, and especially finding special ones in great condition like this that sound like this. I mean, but you know what? I want to play a little bit of this. Great Isaac Albéniz, and a piece titled after the city that this guitar was made in. chasing color, which we all should be, this is the guitar. I mean, listen to that. I mean, a ridiculous power. Heck yeah. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Raphael says, wow, nice warm sound. Man, thank you. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to go backwards, back to the Kim Lissarrague, just because I want to do a full presentation on that before I move on to the Simon Marty, and it'll be a nice comparison between the two. So, this is a guitar by the Australian maker Kim Lissarrague. If you've been following my channel, you've seen some videos on his guitars already. This is one of the newer ones that I've had the chance to play. It's a 2023 from number 398, so just a couple away from his number 400. And my gosh, this is a lattice brace guitar. It is very heavy. That's something you'll notice right away when you pick it up. But it is not a a guitar that feels uncomfortable once it's in your lap. In fact, it's kind of one of the nice things. When it's in your lap, it feels so stable. Like, if you're one of those people that feels like you're constantly having to wrangle your guitar, you won't have to. I mean, it doesn't matter if you use a grippy pad or not. This thing is going to stay in place, you know, with total trust. You know, even you like lean it against you, it's like, you know, you can rock it around. It stays in your lap, which is, you know what, really something to feel like very stable with your guitar. Although, of course, that's not why he builds them heavy. It has to do with how the sound is launched out of the sound hole here with this very thin soundboard. But anyways, you'll see obviously it's a cedar top and that it's a beautiful piece of zero coat for the back and sides with this cool sapwood here. It looks like a spaceship to me. The sides have this nice piece of sapwood as well. Both sides, which is really nice, and a really elegant armrest that's so nicely integrated in the guitar. It's like not a small armrest, not a huge one, but so comfortable. It's like sizable enough to where you feel it under your arm, and you definitely notice a difference. It's super comfortable. Let's take a quick listen to the sound, then we'll talk about everything else. Some of the loudest guitars on the planet. And they are sustain machines. I mean, every single note. Whether it's the basses or the trebles, I mean, right? Absolutely phenomenal sustain. And we have a question here from Raphael asking if this one is also heavy. Oh yes, Raphael, every single one of Kim Lissarrague's guitars are heavy, and same with Greg Smallman. So this is like the Smallman design, you know, it's a very heavy doubled back sides, lots of weight to these guitars, but yet a very, very thin, lightweight top. This is sort of the idea of the Australian school of lutherie. Of course, Jim Redgate, which I know you're familiar with, Raphael, and also I see Liu here from Taiwan has a Jim Redgate. These are heavy guitars compared to a lot of other guitars, I suppose, but they are very, very light in comparison to Kim Lissarrague or, of course, Greg Smallman. There's no comparison. I mean, but this is the case. Every single Greg Smallman, every single Kim Lissarrague guitar, I mean, of the past, I don't know, since I've seen his guitars, have been in this style. Of course, this Australian school. This is kind of what makes Redgate like a little bit different, is he's building lighter weight guitars. But they're still heavy in comparison to like a Spanish guitar or something, yes. Or some of them. It's just, you really feel the sustain of this guitar everywhere. You feel that you can just trust the guitar no matter where you try to play a certain chord, Oh yeah, Lou, you're comparing one of your Australian guitars to maybe one of the most lightweight German double tops. So yeah, it is heavier comparatively. But this is on a whole nother level. It's really, really heavy. Again, it's something you get very used to, and it actually feels so solid in your lap. You feel it's a very trustworthy guitar. I talk about that a lot. Just guitars that you feel like you can relax when you're playing it and not be stressed about notes not sustaining. Let's try Prelude 11 by Targa. Maybe it'll demonstrate that. Just incredible. Wow, neat. Isn't this great? Wow. Okay, well, I think I'll wrap it up there for this guitar by Kim Lissarrague. I mean, what a freaking powerhouse. A trustworthy guitar, a guitar that's maybe one of the loudest on the planet. You're not going to feel emasculated if you play this next to someone else's guitar. But also a guitar that is just, this is the thing. Sometimes people will talk about how young players or players, whatever, are just chasing volume these days. And I just find that a lot of times when people lump a guitar into just being just loud, it's more like they're like overwhelmed by that characteristic. They're like, oh, wow, this must be all it has. But you know what? As you get to know these guitars with tremendous volume, they become some of the best vehicles for expression musically, because you can control the dynamic levels in such a profound way. I mean, I can do this. Oh yeah, I love what you're saying, Torija. It can be played slowly, but it needs more sustain. Yeah, you're right. It's gotta have sustain to be played that slow. But like, look how gently I can play this guitar. Sorry, my coffee cup's in the scene. And there's all of these steps in between. Like if I played a longer scale, you know what? Oh, I don't need. Anyways, if I played a longer scale. It's things like that where you can really nail the expressive element of a guitar that has this type of dynamic range that can get that loud. You could get to such a whisper. It's really exciting. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next guitar, but this Kim Lissarrague guitar, 2023, zero coat back and sides, absolutely fantastic, and it's available. It's really a work of art. Gosh, you know what I noticed? He French polishes the inside of the zero coat here too, which is pretty cool because it's very, very dark, and it's got like it just shimmers a little bit. I didn't even mention the neck on that guitar, which I find to be very comfortable. It's C-shaped, low action, just everything that I'm looking for. Thin, all of these things. Okay, I see we have 20 people here now, which is awesome. 21. So please say hello if you haven't yet. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If there's a guitar that stood out to you recently, let me know. Oh, DSW says, really love the 34 Santos. Hey, you know what? I actually have that guitar out in my living room right now, and I've been playing it recently. I love that guitar. It's such a, I don't know, it's got that great mixture of like ease of play, flamenco sound, Spanish sound, and then like this dark old world characteristic to it. Yeah, I feel lucky to have that guitar around. I play it quite a bit. And also, since that guitar, that Santos, that DSW 964 you're talking about, since that one has some crack repairs and, it's not in perfect condition, you don't really feel worried about like little things, like leaving it on the couch for a little bit. I know that's still sacrilegious, but you know what I mean? It's not, you don't feel as careful with it in a great way. It makes it something that you really love to play. Hello from the UK, Crazy Grazy. That's a cool name. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to show you guys the last guitar I'll be presenting today by the very famed, also Australian maker, Simon Marty. Now, these guitars have been played for a very long time by virtuosos like Irina Kulikova, who I think all the way back from when she was winning huge competitions was playing these guitars, and one of her, or maybe I think her first Naxos CD is recorded on one of these, and she still plays one today. As well as Jeremy Juve. I remember the first time I heard him play on one of these, I was like, whoa. It was, like, blows you away from the audience perspective. It just carries so well. And his sound works really well with these too. But now this one is one of the newer Simon Martys that I've had. This is from the year 2022, and it actually has a raised fingerboard, which all of the older ones do not have, I believe at least. anyways, it's Simon Marty was a scientist and mathematician before he was ever a luthier, and he applied actually his degrees in those things as well as he won grants from the Australian government. Pretty cool. But he applied a lot of the knowledge that he learned there, and he has come up with this radial bracing, what he calls radial bracing, which it kind of looks like cat whiskers, where it's like braces that go in like this radial pattern. In fact, hold on. I'm going to try to show you here. I just charged up my light, which I realized was not as bright anymore because the battery was dying. Oh, Drew says Jose Escobar played one too. That's sweet. Yeah, you know, Simon Marty's have just been, there's so many players that have been playing them over time, but look at that. How sweet is this? You see that? I wasn't so far off from what I said, right? This one is actually maybe not as whisker-like in the bracing that I've seen of Simon Marty's. Very interesting. And actually quite minimal bracing, right? It's not like, a lot of people will confuse Simon Marty's with being lattice brace, like, you know, something like Jim Redgate or, of course, Greg Smallman and many other makers do. It's this radial bracing, but the design has a very projecting sound as well. The guitar also has weight to it. It's not as heavy as a Smallman or a Lissarrague, but it is heavy. But look at this one. Spruce top, that classic Simon Marty rosette, a beautiful integrated armrest, a raised fingerboard, like I mentioned, and then look at this Pardo rosewood back and sides. Isn't that something? Just incredible. It's beautiful. It's got this really orangey color to it. Oh, there you go. Brent says Martha Masters played a Marty when she won the GFA. Wow, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, an incredible guitar from the year 2022. And listen to the sound characteristic. Gosh, I hope it's still in tune. But listen to this. Okay, I have to tune it up. Mark is saying Antonio Marin 2005 is from his golden age period. Man, it's a great guitar. And yes, sorry, I said Goto. Those are definitely Fusteros. You are correct. Yeah. But anyways, these are Pagos tuners on this Simon Marty here. But listen, the nice brightness to this thing. Absolutely gigantic sound out of this thing. Listen to those basses. Tons of resonance with this guitar, huge dynamic range as well. Very, very loud. And you know what? This spruce top really does sound a little bit brighter and clearer. And you know what? Sometimes Simon Marty guitars that I've experienced have like a almost painfully clear sound to them. And I've reviewed that and said that on certain ones on this channel, that it's really clear and it makes you pay attention to every single sound that you're making with your nails. But I don't feel super strongly about that with this one. I don't feel like it's making me be overly cautious. It's this really nice mixture between this warm, balanced, forgiving sound and a lot of clarity. Response in the basses. I mean, very sensitive to touch. What a sound. It's very fun to play on this guitar. And very well balanced too. You know, when I do this, it's... What I like is you get this really deep, loud basses. Project, I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's super responsive. But when you get to the trebles, you don't feel like they're overwhelmed by basses. Pretty sweet. Well, gosh, I think that'll wrap it up for today. Those of you that are just joining may not have heard, but gosh, yesterday I was recording for like 9 hours and I was sitting in this very chair for maybe 12 hours. It was insane. So I'm going to wrap things up, but I still wanted to show up today, show these guitars. So sorry for little slip-ups here and there. Mark, who I'm honored is here, a really great luthier, very appropriately said that I misnamed these tuners, which is true. These are the Montero, those are Fusteros. But anyways, I'm going to go get some rest, enjoy the day, and thank you all so much for tuning in. I believe only one of these guitars, I think only the Lissarrague, and I could be wrong about that, is on the website. So write an email if you're interested about any of these. And I'll be happy to chat with you about them and let you know all the little details and send you photos. So thanks again for watching, you all. I hope you have a good rest of your afternoon, or a good rest of your morning, good rest of your night, depending on where you are. So, oh, you guys are so welcome. Good night. Goodbye.